Today we've finally gotten what we've waited a long time for, and that is a behind the scenes take on what is currently happening on the Robinhood fear, uncertainty and doubt, and finally addressing the circulating supply of the SHIB token. This is going to be important for every one of you watching this because the issue with the circulating supply and the Robinhood saga is what many believe to be the reason why the SHIB pricing is down. And literally within the hour of this article going live, we can already see a SHIB rally on the 5-minute chart. We've already seen relative strength in comparison to the rest of the overall mediocre market, whereas SHIB is sitting proudly at close to 7%. This is one of Satoshi's longest medium posts by far, and we're going to go over in detail of what is currently happening behind the scenes. And I normally don't do this, and that is base an entire video around one particular medium post, but I think this is a special occasion that addresses a lot of the issues that have been on a lot of people's minds with regards to the SHIB community lately. And it's important for you guys to know this because this is price sensitive information, and we have already seen SHIB begin to rally literally less than 1 hour of this post going live. Alright, so without further ado, let's get into it. We'll be giving away $100 to a random subscriber to kickstart their crypto journey. To enter this giveaway, simply like and subscribe and comment your favorite crypto in the comments below. So to give you guys a bit of a backstory, there is this thing called a circulating supply, and that is this number here. This number here is incredibly important because A, this is the point of truth where a lot of calculations are made with regards to the total market cap or the total worth of SHIB. And B, a lot of exchanges uses this number for regulation reasons. And part of the reason that we haven't seen SHIB listed on certain platforms was because there is a dispute over this particular number. This dispute caused a lot of confusion on social media, and people were beginning to think that SHIB was a scam. This is because the changing of the circulating supply or the printing of new tokens is typically a symptom of a project that might be rug pulled. So armed with this information, I'm going to go through with you guys what Satoshi has written about the recent series of events. So Satoshi opens his Medium post with a quote from Sun Tzu from the book The Art of War. Using this quote as a bit of an analogy, Satoshi is trying to explain the current battle between the fear, uncertainty and doubt within SHIB and amongst those who are in SHIB. So the SHIB army know themselves only until an article of FUD causes doubt that SHIB isn't exactly what it says it is. So this is in reference to the circulating supply issue, where people who didn't actually know were scared and fearful of what is about to happen because they don't know the absolute truth. For others, they never look past the surface or take the word of authorities who even I thought would have our best interests at the heart. So this is talking about the circulating supply announcement from certain authorities who turned out to be incorrect. And then Satoshi gives us the realistic take of why everyone is in SHIB. The reality is everyone in SHIB or watching SHIB has their own wish for what happens next to us as a token or to you as a holder, and this is true. Some want to hack you, there's a lot of them, and take your tokens. Some want to scare you and cause you to dump so they can quietly amass more. These are the big whales. Some want to short the token, some just want to talk smack on Twitter because they're actually jealous of our multi-million% rise. But we as a unit are stronger than the FUD they've thrown at us, which is why we usually hold steady until a new catalyst takes us to the next level, and this is what we're currently waiting for. I've also seen the beauty and wonder of the army, those who have my back and those who want us to succeed. And there's a lot of you out there, there's a lot of you who is believing in the project and believing in Satoshi and believing in the rest of the team, and there's a lot of you holding strong. To assist in this move to make sure we all succeed, I'm arming each and every one of you with the truth so you can fight any FUD you see in the upcoming days, months or years. So Satoshi is going to give us his point of truth, and we're going to use this point of truth to educate and inform others who are uncertain about the SHIB project. So in this section, the Anti-FUD Patrol explains what is currently happening with regards to the circulating supply. So the biggest FUD we've been dealing with stems from the supply of SHIB, so let's dispel this one first. So this section is quite long, so I'm just going to highlight the important sentences and we're going to talk about those. So during the months of our meteoric rise, the amount of SHIB in circulation changed dramatically due to several factors. And there are a lot of factors at play, we're not going to talk about that, but one thing that is certain is that everyone bought their tokens from retail outlets and they are exchanges. And for each exchange, the authority on the amount of token has and unfortunately remains for the time being centralized outlets such as CoinMarketCap, which is owned by Binance. And I'm sure you guys can see where the problem can potentially go with a centralized system. And we have seen other errors take place on CoinMarketCap's website, including putting the wrong contract address, essentially adding another token to ours. And this was fixed relatively quickly. However, the circulating supply change happened during one of the best bull runs that SHIB has experienced, and we were completely caught off guard. And SHIB was given very different reasons as to why this change took place, from a glitch to the API change on our part to we fixed it. But unfortunately, the CoinMarketCap is the authority on supply and price for almost the entire industry. Now that the centralized system has failed us again, we have to take decentralized action. And that is basically that everyone has their point of truth and everyone is able to calculate this on their own. So it says here, I requested a deep dive into our circulating tokens and the Breeze did a great job coming up with the exact total. So there is a section at the end that shows us the total. Again, we'd like to have this validated with the help of CoinMarketCap, but this may not be possible. I will add that supply down at the end of this article. Now, before we move on, you can support your favorite crypto projects such as SHIB, Ethereum, and more by getting your own physical crypto coin to add to your collection. You can find a link in the description. So the next section is about the Robinhood listing. So this is a bit of a back and forth in this article, so I'm going to address the important parts here. So this section is a quote, the entire quote from the Robinhood spokesperson, Ms. Brown. So there are two important bits here. So the first one is that Robinhood wants to distinguish itself from Coinbase because Coinbase supposedly, quote, has vowed to become the Amazon of assets and list every asset that is legal. And Brown appeared to take a shot at Coinbase in her response about SHIB. And this is because Robinhood is a safety-first company, and we want to make sure that we are working and assessing everything from a regulatory perspective really well. So to summarize that, Coinbase will list anything under the sun that looks legal, but Robinhood will only list it if they satisfy their regulations. And Satoshi is fully aware of this too, so he wrote, if you were Robinhood and you were assessing everything from a regulatory perspective, because AMC, SEC, etc., what's one of the main things you need to make sure is 100% correct, and that is the circulating supply. And as mentioned previously, the CoinMarketCap is the centralized point of truth for many of these exchanges. So if CMC had it wrong, then they better get it right. So as you can see, this simple regulatory red tape problem is really the reason that is holding Robinhood back from listing SHIB. But a lot of people on social media seem to hold the belief that Robinhood won't list SHIB. That is entirely untrue. But unfortunately, the error with CoinMarketCap didn't stop there. There's been people on social media saying the entire supply is controlled by like 8 people. However, CMC has an unfortunate issue here by putting on their page that the top 10 wallets hold 80% of the supply. But that's not true at all. The number one wallet is the Burn wallet, which holds 41% of the supply. And that is the Burn wallet and no one has the keys. And we can see that this picture supplied by Satoshi is that the top 6 wallets are all exchanges. So we've got Binance, we've got the Shiba Stake token, and we've got Crypto.com. And the number one holder being 41% is the Burn wallet, which no one has the keys or has access to. Super diamond hands, there has been a FUD going around about this multi-billion-dollar holder who has held onto his initial SHIB investment, and that is now worth billions of dollars. And what happened after this was recently we've seen this particular investor split his holdings into various addresses. And I think this is a very smart move because if he wants to slowly liquidate his assets, he can do it without impacting the market. So he's earning income without shifting the market, which is a very good thing that a smart investor would do. And that's what is described in this paragraph. And even though they are multi-billionaire, they still hold a relatively small percentage of the supply in comparison to the holders of, say, Dogecoin. And if you're this multi-billionaire and at the time shopping for Lamborghinis to give away, I would also like to have any Lamborghini of your choice, but just in an orange color to represent SHIB. And Satoshi has decided to launch a new thing called the SHIB Dog Park and the Sniff Score. So there's been a lot of projects out there claiming to be officially associated with the SHIB ecosystem. And a lot of these claims are untrue. And as a result of this, Satoshi has introduced this Sniff Score to delineate between a token or a business outside of our core, but still part of our larger ecosystem. And we'll call this special place the Dog Park. So this will be incredibly useful for members to individually check whether a project is related to the SHIB ecosystem. And I think that's a wonderful addition to add under the SHIB ecosystem. And the next section basically talk about scammers. So most of you are fully aware of this. Basically, never send SHIB to an untrusted address. People will try to hack into your wallet and try to steal your SHIB tokens. But nonetheless, be careful, do your own research. And lastly, no more FUD. This is most of the major fear, uncertainty, and doubt that's been going through most people's minds addressed. And as a result of this Medium post, as a result of addressing this particular FUD, we have begun to see the price of SHIB rally as well. So this has been, of course, in a lot of people's minds, and as a result, the market has moved accordingly. And just having a look at the charts quickly, we see that there was a horizontal resistance line at this particular level. This area here was roughly when the Satoshi Medium post went live, and we can see that he immediately shot through this resistance on the 5-minute chart, bounced off this resistance level as a support line, and we are beginning to see a rally. And we'll finally see a first pullback happening here before potentially taking off once again. And finally, the token calculation according to SHIB research. So again, we are requesting communication from CoinMarketCap to confirm. So this has laid out precisely where most of the SHIB tokens are. I'm not going to go into each transaction into detail. You can look at this yourself on the Medium post. All of these are accompanied by their Etherscan, so they cannot be disputed with regards to their credibility. But at the very end of this, there is a math calculation. Total in circulation right now is 590 trillion, minus the 44 trillion above for the SHIB staked. We have a total supply of 546 trillion, and CoinMarketCap right now has approximately 549 trillion. So we are still a little bit off. Anyway, this is taken straight from the horse's mouth. A lot of these things have been dispelled and has been addressed by Satoshi regarding the FUD that is currently circulating on social media and online. This has been a long video, and to the hodlers, let me know in the comments what Lamborghini you'll be buying with your diamond hands. And as always, take care and we'll catch you guys next time.